Hi there. How you doing? And long time no see. Yeah, sorry, I've been away for quite a wee while, but the football finished and I got quite bored, and then the Euros happened and Scotland were pish, and it was just one of the things that with all the glimmer of hope that I had for Scotland to do well in the Euro Championships this year. We absolutely finished bottom of everything. Basically, somebody came and finished the whiskey and left us at the dribbles of the end of the bottle, basically. Yeah, we done terrible, absolutely terrible in those Euros. So, yeah, coming away from that, we're back talking about football. And basically anything else that was interesting through that time of summer content where the weather was raining but sunny, but sunny but raining. And it just the humidity was just yeah. But yeah, I'm not on here to moan about anything. I'm on here to give my stats, opinions, and anything that is going to come forward. And anything that you feel that you need to say to me, then feel free to say it. Because at the end of the day, I'm only on here to give my opinion about things, and that's that. So yeah, obviously Euros were terrible. Every Scotland fan came home a bit downbeat and stuff like that. I had a friend that went over to Germany, and unfortunately some shit happened, and it was really hard for him. So this is a personal wee shout out to him, and obviously family, and his missus Laura as well, and all of the person that passed away's family. It's just a major. It's a sad thing to happen to anyone, and them being over there with him was quite hard to take. But still, they cheered the Scotland on. Like the good man would have wanted. I didn't know him too well personally, to be honest, but I know my friend and he was there with him in it, and I just hope that everyone is okay after it. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't want to keep going on about the Euros because I generally thought it was quite shite because England made the final, but they also got beat, so it was actually pretty good. Sorry if there's any English fans that come across this. I don't mean to be, terrible towards the players, but god damn it, man. Why do you think that you are so, privileged to be winning that competition anyway? It is, I don't understand it. Every 2 years you constantly go on about winning something, and it just comes up with nothing. Sorry, that sun is absolutely blinding me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try it from another angle. Wait there, bear with me. Alright, let's give you a full tour of the hut. I'll do it this way because the sun's blaring, and it's getting to me. Anyway, yeah. So important news. Celtic. Obviously, it's about Celtic because I'm a Celtic fan. They are basically, from rumours that I've heard, they are in the signing front. So we've got two keepers. Casper, great keeper, fantastic keeper. So glad to be having him on the books of Celtic. Basically, even if it is for a season or two, I'm quite happy with that. He's a top quality keeper. You can never imagine a keeper like Casper Schmeichel coming to Celtic, really. Either that or Joe Hart, but Joe Hart's kind of set the standard, isn't it, for big keepers? They can come if they want, and I know people will probably say that Joe Hart wasn't really a big keeper, but he done us well, and forever Joe Hart will be respected and looked at as a top class legend in the Celtic ranks. So thank you, Joe Hart, and I hope you enjoy your retirement, mate. So it comes to Casper Schmeichel. Brilliant keeper. Again, I'm so glad that he's going to be in the sticks for Celtic next season as a number one. But we've also got a Finnish goalkeeper coming. We've already agreed partly £1 million deal, which is quite good. It's quite cheap for a keeper of this, promising attributes that he's had recently. Don't know if I can say his name right. Vijmal Sinisalo. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if I'm wrong. Obviously, tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, Sinisalo, 6'3", obviously going to be an understudy to Casper Schmeichel. I'm really, really happy with that. I think that's a great move to do that, and it's great thinking, to be honest. I mean, I know some people say that the board can be quite, like the skinflints, they've not paid the money, but if there's a quality keeper out there for nothing, what are you going to do? I mean, come on, what are you going to do? Casper Schmeichel could be playing in the Premier League again, for all we know. But no, he's chose to absolutely open the door to Celtic, and he's open to coming to Celtic because of Brendan Rodgers. So this is what we've got to look forward to, guys. Other news is that we're going to sign Bernardo, apparently for 3.5 million, which I'm really, really shocked about, to be honest, because that amount of money is so low. So I don't know if maybe they've cut a deal with maybe like percentages go forth with how much he's been playing and stuff like that. And obviously they get a percentage if we sell him on. Now, the thing about Bernardo is I really like him. I think he's good. I think he just needs runs of games. But also I think in some games he can kind of drop off and not be the same player as he is. Now, in consensus, if Matt O'Reilly does leave, we cannot see Bernardo as being the understudy, the automatic replacement for Matt O'Reilly, because I don't think he's that kind of player. He's skillful, maybe needs to, play a few more games and stuff like that. I've been impressed with him in some games, but then other games I've seen him drop off and I've just not been that impressed. But to get him for 3.5, yeah, that's good. That's good. I think for a promising Portuguese player, I think that's quite good. And obviously Celtic have seen him in training and stuff like that. His attitude's obviously good. So that's why they're saying, no, we want him. Bring him to Celtic. So I'm quite pleased with that, actually. I'm quite pleased that Bernardo's probably going to be with the team. He'll probably go to the USA unless things change. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So that's 3.5 plus 1 million, 4.5 million. We're going to be spending so far. Now, it comes to the problem with Adam Idah. What's going to happen with Adam Idah? Norwich are still kind of holding him ransom, I think, for the moment. They're still kind of got him in the cage. But obviously Adam Idah says that he wants to come to Celtic, which is fantastic. It's what every Celtic fan wants, really. But we've got to kind of not get our hopes up, I think, for this. I think there's going to be trouble with this deal. But that's just me thinking about that, because really, if somebody wants to go, a club should be respecting a player's opinions and his thought process. He's came as on. We should have really just did an obligation to buy, to be honest. So it's kind of Celtic's fault as well that we've not just got this deal wrapped up and over the line. So yeah, I would really, really like us to kind of, every Celtic fan out there, don't get your hopes up for this one, because there seems to be a lot of problems, and normally when there's a lot of hitches and problems and stuff like that, deals don't tend to go as smoothly as we think they will. So yeah, don't get your hopes up, but calm down, we're alright. Good things are coming. Then we have another wee player that I can't describe his name. I can't say it because, my dyslexic has gone crazy about it. But Ange, you know what I mean? Ange Balskarwski? Again, completely wrong. Probably. In fact, 100% wrong. But yeah, I've seen a wee clip of this player. Looks quite good. Reminds me a lot of Scott Sinclair, which I think Brendan Rodgers really, really likes. He likes that kind of player that passes out in the outside box and then runs in, takes the defenders one way, and then it can maybe give some space to another section across the way. But yeah, he reminds me a lot of Scott Sinclair, but a younger version of Scott Sinclair. We could do really well with this deal. I've just heard reports that maybe a deal could be on the line for maybe 8-9 million. I think that's a bit much for Celtic, and if he's really, really, truly worth it, then yeah, I would say go and spend the money. But I don't really think I've seen enough of him to kind of say to myself, like, yeah, get that winger in right away. Because to me, I'm looking for something Jota-esque, like somebody that's going to be able to play in both wings and do the kind of things that Jota did when he was here. Now, I know we keep on deflecting back to the Jota stage. Okay, it's been a season. He's been away. We got some good money for it, and we should be happy with that. And obviously, we should be. But for me, I don't think we should be going out spending. To me, he doesn't really look like he's dead strong. Like he's a really, really strong player. He's got a lot of pace about him. Definitely. But we really should be looking for a right winger, not a left winger. Apparently he's a left winger. I don't know if he can play in the right wing. Again, I've not really done my research. This is just rumour mill. But it could be a deflection tactic. It could be, we're going to go for this player, but instead we go for somebody like, I don't know, Ryan Fraser or something like that. Sorry. Don't know why I'm laughing at that, because he was alright, but I don't want Ryan Fraser. So yeah, it could end up like that, to me, I hope we do get somebody like another winger, but I would prefer a right winger into that slot. Maybe somebody that can play both wings would be fantastic, because you can switch it dead easily. But that's just basically it. We need to get a new defender in, so that's basically four players in the space of this week that we could potentially be seeing be in the Celtic jersey this week getting announced. So hopefully that happens. Hopefully they can go over to America and start training, doing the pre-season, getting in with the team, and that'd be fantastic. So yeah, again, pre-season games have came and went. I thought the Queen of the South game was really, really good, but at that point, when we leaked about 4 goals, I knew at that point, keepers, we are very, very light and good quality keepers here. Bain couldn't really be up for it, and Siegrist just looks like a man that doesn't want to be there. So at the end of the day, we need to get those guys out. We'll probably keep Bain because he's one of our own. And when I mean one of our own, I mean Scottish player. I just think that he's there to pick up a paycheck, Bain. I don't see enough of him to make me think that he should be there forever. He's not completely a legend. The same as Siegrist. I've not seen enough of Siegrist to make me go, oh, that guy should be here forever. Generally when I thought Siegrist came in, he looked really, really good. And I was quite excited about seeing him in a Celtic shirt and being in goal. But we've just not found the time to use him, because Hearts just kept that role quite well last season. So yeah, unfortunate. It's been terrible for the keepers, and I understand them not wanting to play well for Celtic, because I feel, or even in that Queen of the South game. But if you're going to be doing pre-season and you want to get a chance to start at the back and command that area, then that's what you need to do. You need to impress the boss, and I just don't think we've seen enough of that. So yeah, name out, 2 keepers in, brilliant, fantastic, brilliant bit of business by Celtic. Just a wee opinion, and this is about Rangers. Now, obviously, we've just heard news, or last week we heard news, that Rangers are going to be having to play their games at Hampden. Now, here's the thing about Hampden. As much as it's the national stadium, and as much as I love Scotland, okay, right, I've only been to Hampden for a few times, but it's been for concerts, and it's been for basically a big kilt walk that I did ages and ages ago. For me, I think that pitch is slow as hell. It absolutely sucks in the atmosphere. And I don't mean in a good way. I mean it sucks it in and then doesn't give you anything back. The only good atmosphere I seen was when I was at the Foo Fighters gig, and it was fantastic, and the Coldplay gig. And they were both fantastic gigs. And there was more atmosphere in there because everybody felt like they were getting, a penny for their buck. But and they felt involved. because that's what happens at gigs. The performers get you feeling involved. But yeah, my opinion of Rangers next season is I think they're going to struggle. And listen, if there's any Rangers supporters out there that think I'm wrong, then please tell me I'm wrong. And you know, I'm not doing this to wind you up or anything like that. I'm just having an opinion. If Celtic were playing at Hampden, I'd be saying the exact same. I'd be saying we are going to struggle, because literally every home game that Rangers play now is like a cup final. Because that's where all the teams in the Scottish League go to play a cup final. I may be absolutely 100% wrong here, but I can see Rangers struggling at the start of the season to play on that pitch, in that stadium, and to get the atmosphere that they've always wanted. Hampden is a great place for international football because it can slow the other team's play down. But for regular, week-to-week football, I think Rangers will struggle. And I know it sounds daft because you would think, oh, it's only a stadium, you can play anywhere. It's no Ibrox. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Again, if you have anything to say, if you think I'm wrong about the whole Rangers prediction, then that's fine. I'm not saying it to be hateful. I'm just saying it because that's my opinion. And that's it. Oh yeah, other news as well. If anybody doesn't know this, Tenacious D have obviously cancelled their gigs because of what Kyle Glass said. This is a bit of side news, right? It's nothing to do with football. It's to do with clear entertainment. And because I'm a bit of a Tenacious D fan. So Kyle Glass obviously said something a bit hateful towards Donald Trump about about obviously the bullet missing his head and stuff like that. Okay, everybody's went crazy about it. Jack Black has cancelled. They've cancelled the gigs basically, and they've said to themselves, look, listen, let's let this cool down. And that's exactly what they're doing. Now, Jack Black's come out and said he was blindsided by it. Obviously he was, but they had to keep performing because people were there to see them perform. So they had to keep up with the shtick. But what we have to think about here is I think Jack Black's did that to protect his friend. And that to me is a sign of well done. Now, okay, he said terrible things, and absolutely no hateful speech should be said towards that, because the guy nearly lost his fucking head. Let's be honest here, we don't want to see that on a speech, a conference or anything like that, because there's adults watching it, but there's also teenagers, children, families who are dead into politics and stuff like that sit there. Me, I'm not a big political mind-headed fuck. The reason why is because I hate politics, I hate government, I hate what they do. But again, that's an opinion of what happens, but it certainly shouldn't coincide into someone's head nearly being blown off. So yeah, well done, Jack Black, for cancelling the gigs. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that were going to see them. I'm not that bored because they came to Glasgow first. I never got to see them this year, but again, I've seen them, and it's a great show. So yeah, people will miss out and they'll be pissed off about it. But I think in order to not make it hatred towards Tenacious D, Kyle Glass maybe said a daft thing. Maybe he's been on the Jack Daniels or the Krakens too much, or maybe he's just losing his mind. But he did have one wish. And before he blew out his candles, and that was his wish. Crazy. Anyway, guys, look, listen. I hope yous are well. And remember, doing something means everything. And to everyone out there that knows me, my friends, family, anybody that stops upon this and sees it, it's something that's probably going to come about maybe once a month now. Because, you know, I'm not that brainy. At least until the football starts anyway. Anyway, love yous all. Remember, doing something means everything, and good night.